Hi, I'm Reb Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for over 43 years. I wanted to share with you today something that I wrote. Um, Pathways of Light has a lot of wonderful courses to help us go more deeply into the course and to practice our, what we're learning. And so that's so important. And if we don't practice it, we're not going to get anything from it. And so one of these courses had a question about self-image. And when it's called The Self-Image I Made, and it asked us to explore that. So I want to share with you what I wrote for that. It's not very long, but it was helpful to me. Interestingly enough, I discovered through watching Barbie, of all things, that a major component of the self-image I made is one of being a failure. The monologue from Barbie says this in part: you don't think you're good enough. Like we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. When I heard that, I cried. So I knew it was something for me to look at. Today, on my way home from the doctor's office, I had a memory of something I did many years ago that still causes me to be embarrassed when I think of it. It was nothing really, but just an insignificant moment in my life when I felt I behaved inappropriately. I was drinking and dancing. I felt like I was way too uninhibited in that dance. So even today, all these years later, I was still judging myself. It is so ridiculous and yet still true. It was just one of many moments that I knew I did it wrong. I did so many things wrong as a child, as a teenager, as a mother. I seemed never to get it right. As a course student, I still do it wrong. And from the perspective of the ego, it doesn't seem to matter how well I do or how much better I am now than before. I'm not perfect and I still do it wrong. I am a failure. Thank God that doesn't always feel that way, and that I do realize that no matter what my ego self believes, this cannot be true. It is the ego self, the self I made to be my avatar in this earth adventure, that I came to forgive, to let go. So I'm glad to see this particular aspect surface in my conscious awareness, because how could I forgive it if I keep myself unaware of it? I cannot emphasize too strongly how important it is that I look at this. In chapter 14, section 7, paragraph 6, Jesus says this: the Holy Spirit asks of you but this: bring to him every secret you have locked away from him. Open every door to him and bid him enter the darkness and lighten it away. As you request, he enters gladly. He brings the light to darkness if you make the darkness open to him. But what you hide, he cannot look upon. He sees for you, and unless you look with him, he cannot see. The vision of Christ is not for him alone, but for him with you. Bring, therefore, all your dark and secret thoughts to him, and look upon them with him. He holds the light, and you the darkness. They cannot coexist when both of you together look on them. His judgment must prevail, and he will give it to you as you join your perception to his. So this is what I did today, and it's what I continue to do every day. Every time the thought of unworthiness surfaces in my mind, I do it with all false beliefs that make up the image I think of as Myron. I will let them all go so I can remember who I am. Thank you so much for joining me in this little reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you find some of those unworthiness ideas in your mind, I invite you to use that paragraph, bring them to the Holy Spirit. Let him shine his light on all that darkness so that it goes away. If you found this helpful, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.